So the property line for this piece of property is kind of over here, and we're going to have a pretty strong south wind. So the idea is there's a fence line here where I'm going to park. I'm going to walk down here, and since my target area, I scouted an area over here. It's got a lot of buck sign rubs, things like that. And there's a lot of trail over there. I'm going to sit off of this little creek that runs through there that is dry, but there's a lot of activity, and the deer like to move down through there. So back to how I'm going to come in then is, so I'm going to come in this way over here. I'm going to work this fence line all the way down here, and then I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to get in this way. Is kind of my idea. This would be, if I were to come down this way, I'd be afraid that I'm pretty sure in this area here, based off of past year's hunting, this is a lot of bedding. So I don't want to get anywhere close to that. So coming in this direction over here should be pretty good. And then I'll set up here, and then I should be able to have good sight lines into this way. And that should be my hunt with a south wind.
Morning. It's October 21st, 2022, and it is a weird October day. The temp today is 54, and it's going to get down to like 52 by like 8 a.m., and then by this afternoon it's going to be 80 degrees. So obviously we have a front coming in, and there's a major south wind today. So it's consistent, supposed to be consistent, 9, and then continue to increase the rest of the day. This piece of private land that I'm going to be hunting today, it's perfect for a southern wind. So we're going to get in there and give it a shot today. The more research I do on traditional archery, oops, sorry, somebody was parked on the side of the road. More research I do on traditional archery, you kind of just take any shot presented to you. It's a whole thing to get them in range. It's going to be a whole other thing to actually be able to draw back and place that arrow on target too. So I know I've started just hunting. This is me my third time going out for bow this season. But oh man, I just can't be uber picky, I guess. So I don't know. We'll see. If a opportunity presents itself, I have an antlerless tag and my straight up bow tag where I can take any sex. So I'm gonna let an arrow fly if I can get one in range. So we'll see what happens. I don't have a clue what to wear today. Everything I start out with is going to be really too warm. I don't like being cold. We're just going to YOLO it.
I got in here around 6, and I bumped a bunch of deer in this field behind me getting in here. I mean, what are you gonna do? You don't expect them to be bedding in that field. So I got in here. It is so quiet today. There's no wind at all down here, and that's a problem. So I didn't get in as far as I wanted to because it was so noisy. I guess I just don't know. Like, is it worth the noise just to get to your spot that has a lot of sign? I don't know. So I got camped up here pretty decent. I'm not super excited about it, but I did notice, where's it at? This tree here, I think it's that tree right there. It's got a deer stand from someone I know that hunts this. And he's taking some big bucks out of here, so at least I guessed a good spot in the dark. So I was hoping the wind would pick up and then I would get to go in there further. I don't know if the wind's gonna pick up or not. It's kind of goofy today. The forecast is off. We'll see what happens. The wind is supposed to pick up about now, but there's no wind in here at all. And it's so quiet in here too. I'd totally be heard. I'm gonna wait here maybe another 15 minutes or so. I haven't seen anything yet this morning. Kind of wondering if my presence this morning kind of blew this whole area up. I don't know. The wind is starting to pick up. If the wind picks up, I'm going in and I am gonna go where they sleep. We'll see. Well, I've waited here for a while. The wind still hasn't picked up, but I think I'm gonna just slowly creep in a little bit more. I don't know what else to do at this point. I need to do something because there's nothing happening here. And nothing but crows. We're gonna go in and see what happens.
Well, it's now feeling a little bit like a summer morning. It's almost 70 degrees at 10:30 on October 21st. I won't lie, I was kind of concerned about field dressing an animal, 80-degree weather. Now the wind finally showed up. I did go out and scout in deeper. The wind was swirling my scent, so I couldn't guarantee like if I would get busted or not, which was unfortunate because I thought the way that the wind would go out this way, which would take it out across this open field here, and then leave the tree and all this stuff out here. That would leave it just for me. It swirled around in there, so because I kept working this way, and the wind is supposed to be towards the camera here, but when I got in there, I noticed the wind was coming back like I didn't expect it to, because the wind is from the south and that way is north. And then it would swirl and it would go this way in the same direction I was heading, so that was unfortunate. So spooked a bunch of deer getting in here. They were sitting out in this field. So when I came in, I came down that edge line of that trees because I wasn't hunting that area. Well, out in here, there was a ton of deer sitting there, and I'm wondering if it was because of the temperature that they didn't want to be in the trees because it's warmer in the trees. So they just felt inclined just to be out in the open last night. Either they were already up, I don't know, but they could have been very well bedded in there as well. And then when I came down this little mode path right here to get in here, I did hear a couple more huffs out this way, and so they exited this way, and some of the deer went over that way towards the fence. Not sure if that busted everything for me or not, but I don't know. Learned a couple of great spots to sit over here. There were some really good fresh buck rub signs in the ground, and in some trees, fairly fresh. Yeah, this little spot that I created here, which I think was like these triple trees right there. I sat back in behind there, was hoping that they would come up out of here. It wasn't bad. I was limited. Found a better spot, a little bit deeper in, that was still pretty easy to get to, even if there was no wind. So I did learn that. I got that marked in Onyx. Well, this is probably why I got busted this morning, at least on this side of the property. There's some fresh beds all over in here, and I walked in this way. I know they were out here, but they probably bedded in here last night, and then we're heading that way maybe. But yeah, definitely fresh beds in here. Did a little bit of scouting on the north side of the property. I really haven't been over here much. It's just really thick in here, which is good for deer, but it's hard to navigate. Found some pretty good sign here. Found some nice bedding areas here. There's a big bed right in there. Kind of wonder if these are buck beds. Bam. It's not like today, but it's not super old. And then I did notice, I don't know, back in here there were some older rubs. I can't find them here on camera, but yeah, they're definitely up in here. So I got a decent spot over by the creek, which would be the only source of water. So it's definitely thick in here. Well-beaten trail down in here, and then it breaks off over this way. So it's pretty good scout location. And now I'm gonna track on out. We'll put this hunt in the books.